From the beautiful KAINEY Ranch Golf Club, I'm Joey Lawrence. JOXSPORTS is proud to present the highlights of the Arizona Golf Association's 2014 Arizona Golf Hall of Fame induction ceremony. This year's incoming class are junior golf executive Tom Cunningham, golf course owner Steve Dallas, business industry leader Phil Green, and golf club manager Paul Skelton. The ceremony is about to begin. Congratulations to all 4 inductees.
We've been doing this now for almost 20 years. It started in the 70s. It fell on hard times. The Hall of Fame was not alive at all. It was resurrected. Thanks to many of you here for making that happen, especially our partner associations. Without your help, without your enthusiasm, we wouldn't be here tonight. With that, we'll start with our first inauguree for the evening, Mr. Tom Cunningham, to be presented by Jim, Mike, Jeff, and Scott. Please come to the podium.
Good evening. First off, we want to thank the Arizona Golf Association for giving us this opportunity to regale you with some stories about our dad, kind of honor him a little bit, love on him a lot, and just kind of tell you some stories about our dad. Many of you know our dad for several different things, but for those of you that don't know Dad, we love him. When you're growing up as a little kid, you learn things, and what we learned from Dad was, things like honor, integrity, responsibility, and giving back to your community. It was a beautiful Saturday morning, and we were all in bed, and Dad decided to get us up and took us out, drove us down to the autistic children's, and it was for the Upward Foundation. And what we did is we spent all Saturday picking weeds and painting and cleaning and gardening and probably complaining about every single minute of it while we were there. But looking back on it now as a father and my involvement, it helped me get involved with the Executive Council of the Boys and Girls Club and giving back to my own community. And so it taught us that you do well and you give back to your community, and I'm forever grateful for you for that, Dad. So with that, I'll let my brother speak as well.
I also do want to say I'm happy to be here. Dad, I'm very proud of your accomplishments, and because your passion of golf led me to go play golf with the Central High golf team in high school, so I appreciate that. And also, I just want to get some passed on my dad. For those who don't know, that he graduated at Phoenix College with an Association Arts degree, and also graduated from ASU with a Bachelor of Science degrees in accounting. Upon graduation from college, he entered the field of accounting for a short period of time. And with that, I'll pass it on.
Yes, I'm very honored to be here as well, and very proud of my father for guiding us, not just me, but my brothers as well, and encouraging me to play other sports than golf, because I'm not the best golfer in the family. I kept him on his toes with my balls deciding to go one direction or the other. I'm very happy and honored that he was able to put up with that for all these years. For that, Jim?
All right, well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is an honor to go ahead and speak about someone who you see so highly in regards to life and being a role model, but that is my dad. Now, when I go and see my dad at golf tournaments, you would see that the children would come up to him and the parents, and you can see that respect and the sportsmanship and all of that. Respectful, go to school, all the things that they can do and have an impact on their community down the road, just like you've done. But more importantly, you've left golf a better game. So thank you for that. So ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of myself and my family, I proudly introduce Tom Cunningham.
Thank you, boys. You've got me 30 seconds. We went over this quite heavily, the length of time that they were allotted. It's really, really, really gratifying to see the response that we've had for this event. It's growing into filling the room every year. And with that, I would like to say to the other three recipients, Paul, Steve, and Phil, we go back a long way. There are times when, before we even knew what we were doing in the golf business, we were, associated in one way or another. So I couldn't be more proud to be involved with the group to come in 2014 with these three fine young gentlemen, young being relatively speaking. All right, so here we go. I'm going to really, fortunately, you cut my speech down a lot, fellas. Thank you very much. I just would like to go into a little bit about how I got involved in golf. And one of the things I would like to bring up, though, and probably some of the old timers in the room will remember, is that when I first got involved with the Thunderbirds, then junior golf, and then the JGAA and sitting on their board, I remember being called to the first meeting that I had, and I went to an office in Tatum Boulevard. And in that office, we had the Women's Golf Association, the Arizona Golf Association, all in it. And I add you were there, I think there's about 300 square feet in that whole office for everybody, if I'm not mistaken. A couple of things were mentioned that I'd really like to tell a story or two about. In 1988, I believe, Tim Cunningham came up to me and said, how would you like to serve on the USGA Junior Amateur Committee representing Arizona? And I thought, wow, big shot, Thunderbird, I love junior golf, I want to help out. I said, sure, got approved. But anyway, thanks. I don't think I saw Tim, but I wanted to thank him because that really propelled me into getting involved with golf at a different level. I would just like to say thank you to some people that were really instrumental in helping me do what we did as a junior golf. First of all the allied associations, every single one of you, I just simply can't say thank you enough for all that you did for junior golf. Kind of gave us the emphasis to grow. And fortunately, I met some really good people, and I'd like to say to them, thank you, thank you, thank you for getting junior golf on the map, and that is Bill Huffman, John Davis, Tim Tyers, Bob Young, Mark Curtis. All of those people said, all right, my time is up, and I cannot tell you, I have a whole lot more in here to say, but thank you so much for all of this, and I really sincerely, very, very appreciative of this honor. It means a lot to me. I'm having a hard time getting my hands around it. And I'll leave you with a little thing I came across some time ago, and that was a quote from Johnny Miller on Serenity. Serenity is knowing that your worst shot is still pretty good. Thank you all.
To introduce our next inductee, Steve Dallas, we have Jason Dallas, Kelly BACHMANN, Charlie BELJAN.
I'm Jason Dallas, and this is my sister Kelly. And tonight we have the pleasure of introducing our dad, Steve Dallas. My dad was born and raised in Seattle, Washington, by his loving mother and two brothers and one sister who are all here tonight. My dad was encouraged by his father to take interest in and pursue all sports. After college, he decided to pursue golf and spent several years playing professionally in the U.S., South Africa, Canada, Asia, and Australian tours.
Our family moved to Arizona in 1984 for my dad to pursue a business opportunity. And being able to play golf 365 days a year, well, that didn't hurt either. Once in Arizona, he got his amateur status back and began competing in local, regional, and national amateur tournaments. Away from the competition, golf is still very much a part of my dad's life. He's been president of the board at Alta Mesa Golf Club for 15 years, as well as being involved with the ownership and management of local courses, Las Colinas, Patrick Creek, and Western Sky.
First of all, I'd like to congratulate Tom Cunningham and the Junior Golf of Arizona. Without them, that's where I started when I was 11 years old, so I'd like to say thank you. Very rarely do I find that somebody comes into your life for a reason. Steve Dallas has been a part of my life for a very long time, but I very vividly remember the day when I was 17 years old and I was walking from the driving range as the sun was going down to my car. I was playing JGA events, I was writing letters to schools, I was trying to get a scholarship, but financially my family couldn't afford to send me to all the different national events. And Steve came to me in the parking lot and he said, you know, I believe in you and I'd like to give you the opportunity. I'd like to, you know, be able to help you travel and do the things. 2 weeks later, I play in junior role. The week after that, as Tom Cunningham said, he was on the board for the U.S. Junior Amateur, which still, to this day, is the most important tournament in my heart. The USGA is what golf is all about. I was lucky enough to win the U.S. Junior in 2002 at the Atlanta Athletic Club. Steve has always been my backbone. He's shaped me, he's molded me, he's formed me to be the man that I am today. This is very, very special to my heart. Steve does more for this community than any other man that I know, and I would just like to say thank you, and without further ado, I'd like to have Steve Dallas come up here.
Thank you very much. First, let me say that this award and this evening is very special to me. I would like to thank the Arizona Golf Association for this great honor. Also, thank John Jackson, a real good friend of mine, for nominating me, and acknowledge my fellow inductees, Tom and Phil and Paul, and all the past inductees. I'm proud to be a part of that great group of people. Nobody becomes a success in life without the help and support of your family. I've been blessed. I'm blessed with some really good friends, many of them here from Alta Mesa, from Apache Creek, and Las Colinas golf courses. Thank you so much. Golf has been my passion, but it does not come without a lot of hard work on and off the golf course. One of the greatest rewards, as you've heard, is mentoring young players. Some of them have gone to do tremendous things in the golf world and in life. And I've always tried to stress to them that no matter how good you get in golf, how you are as a person is very important. And I've had the privilege of making some lifelong friends and some business partners while on the golf course. It's been a great ride, and it's not over yet. I plan to do what I'm doing with golf courses and continue to follow my passion in golf. Thank you very much.
Our next inductee, Bill Green, present his award, Mr. ORRIN Vincent.
Phil Green, who in the heck is he? A lot of you here know who Phil is. I'm going to describe some of the things that Phil's accomplished over his lifetime in the game of golf, of course with his great family. He's really, number one, he's a gentleman in the game of golf. Phil is also a friend, and he's a great friend to everyone who knows him. He's certainly a great friend of mine. He's what I call an Arizona all-star. There's no one that I know that loves his state more than Phil does. When I met Phil, that's all he could talk about was Arizona, Arizona, Arizona. And it continues. And I think he's going to be a great representative in certainly the Hall of Fame. At 19 years old, he was the vice president of the Greenlee County Chamber of Commerce. Now that is a record, Phil. 19 years old. Can you imagine that, being the vice president of an association like that at 19? Wow, that's pretty impressive. Then he attended ASU. Then he finished up at Grand Canyon University, where he has a BA in Business Administration. And then I brought Phil in to be a senior partner. And he and CA now are my full partners in JOXSPORTS, and we're currently managing 58 golf courses in 17 states with 2,500 employees and $150 million in revenue. And those are the types of things that when you recognize quality and you get it focused the right direction, what can happen in business. And a lot of it is because of the great effort that Phil's made. And I would like to be the first to officially welcome you to the Arizona Golf Hall of Fame. Welcome.
ORRIN, thank you very much for that. Kind words. I'd like to first start by congratulating Tom Cunningham, Steve Dallas, and Paul Skelton. You look at that list on your table, it's extremely humbling to be part of that group. Thank you all for being here tonight. You know, as an Arizona native, this really is a special
special night for me. My mom and dad didn't play golf, but they taught me the value of family, religion, and hard work. I want to thank the Allied Associations for recognizing me this evening, and for those that voted, I'd like to especially thank John Jackson, who I believe placed my name in on the ballot for consideration. You know, I would also, like some of the others, talk a little bit about my early days and some of the people that really influenced me in the game of golf. Let me start by just thanking Dale Holliday, my brother-in-law, who introduced me to the game. Took me out for my first round of golf at Mount Graham Country Club. He took me out for that round, and then I was hooked. I loved golf from then on. And I owe Mike for two things. He gave me my first job in the golf business, and he introduced me to my wife, Patty, when they were working together at Phoenix Country Club. So, Mike, thank you. And at that time at Orange Street was a very special place. The Rose family were committed to excellence. Henry Gloser was running Orange Street at the time, and Henry was all about perfection. Everything had to be perfect every day. Whether the carts had to be lined up a certain way, or orange Varela slacks had to be pressed and clean every day. Everything had to be perfect. And also, there were a lot of great people at Orange Tree. The great Johnny Gould used to play and practice there. John Riggle, who was with the AGA for many years, hung out there a lot. I'll never forget, it was Sunday morning at 10 o'clock. I walked in at Camelback Country Club, coat and tie. I had a hand-me-down pair of Varela slacks from Orange Tree days. Little did I know that Ed and I were both from southern Arizona. He was from Duncan, I was from Safford. We became good friends, played a lot of golf. Later he introduced me to OB Sports. And I'd like to talk about my business partners, C.A. Roberts and Orrin Vincent. C.A. is a true businessman and has become an industry leader. He's on the National Board of Directors for the AJGA, very committed to that. And Orrin Vincent, Warren is the true pioneer in the game of golf. He started OB Sports, I think, in 1972, not I think. He did form OB Sports in 1972. It was arguably one of the first 3 or 4 golf management companies to be formed in the United States. Still to this day, he worked with some of the students that have gone through UCLA and Duke and UW, where his son Odie is coached, and so he's still a great teacher of the game. And I am just so proud to be a part of it. Thank you. This is about Arizona golf. We are the best in the world. Let no one dispute that. And for our final inductee, Mr. Paul Skelton, representing the Club Managers Association, to introduce him, Mr. Bill KAMM.
Thank you. I think the pinnacle of everyone's professional career is when you are honored by your peers on an affair like tonight. And as I sat here and I listened to the story of the other gentlemen and also including Paul, I'm amazed. I'm absolutely amazed at you 4 gentlemen for what you have given in your lives and in your professional careers to the game of golf and to people. To you, I just say thank you for doing unbelievable things. I would like to be able to tell you that Paul Skelton is a 4-time amateur champion from the state of Arizona, but I can't. If anybody would have watched the way Paul played today, you would see that he is a much better worker than he is a player. Paul is a definition of excellence. I've worked with Paul for many years. And I think when you talk about my friend, Paul Skelton, you're talking about the best. The finest man that I've ever met, not only in the game of golf, but I'm just so entitled to call him a friend. I'm so proud to be able to introduce my friend, Paul Skelton. Before I begin my 30 to 45-minute speech, that's for you, Lorraine. I, too, would like to first offer my congratulations to all the other board members this evening, especially those here who just got up and
Obviously, none of this happens without great staff. I'm aware of that. And us there as well. There's so many different areas, so many different components. I don't care if it's accounting, controllers, or beverage, or executive chefs, or beverage managers, directors of tennis, facilities maintenance. It's just getting a run. So many more friends to thank. Just kind of narrow it down a little bit here. Steve Richardson, where are you? He knows and I know that I would not be here this evening if it wasn't for him. Sean, I don't know if you're still around. Sean Emerson, same is true. I wouldn't be standing before you this evening if it wasn't for Sean Emerson. Go on. Carmela, wherever you are, thank you. Joe Sourdough, thank you you're here. Ginger, Lorraine, thank you for all your help and support over these many years. Ed, thank you again for reaching out so many years ago and inviting me to Pennsylvania on the AJ Board of Governors. What a great opportunity that was at a very early age. Drew Woods, thank you, you and your entire committee. I just learned tonight who was on the committee and who votes and who didn't. I had no idea. I did know that Steve Richmond was certainly the one that nominated me, like referenced earlier. My gratitude goes as well to the many members of the club that I've had the opportunity to serve. They're what makes this business thing what's all about. And to the board of directors. We have one of them in their entirety sitting here this evening. Thank you very much for being here for Country Club DC Ranks. You know, there are boards that give it, there are boards that don't. The Country Club at DC Ranch, starting with Bill KAMM, our late great friends on the board, those that have succeeded as president and members of that board, they get it. They understand good governance. They know what their role is, and thankfully, they know what mine is. So thank you very much. Most importantly, my family. There's just a couple of them to you. You didn't know. A lot of work to get here. You're going to come up. And that brings us back to where I started. Yes, remarkable opportunities, great opportunities, and fabulous friends, and even better family. With that, I'll wrap it up. I'll go back to my daughter's and everybody's question. What for? And here's my response. This is the text. For, I suppose, a career associated with playing a small part in Arizona being recognized as one of the best places on the planet to experience great golf. Yep, very excited. It's great recognition. It's been a very long and rewarding career. I'm doing what I love to do. Thank you.
I think you've outlined for all of the recipients tonight what it means to be a contributor to the game of golf in Arizona. And I think on behalf of everybody here, all of you, thank you very much for what you do for the game. We are the best place in the world for golf, and it's because of all of you. We thank you for being here. We look forward to next year. And again, congratulations to the recipients.